What's up, my friends? If you're wondering what I'm doing, just give me 1 second, I'll explain. Welcome back to my channel, my friends. You know what sucks? Not being able to reach for something overhead, not being able to tie my hair properly or even change clothes sometimes, all because of poor shoulder mobility. And if you can see, I have tapes around my wrists, around my fingers, and pretty soon if I don't take care enough, I'm sure I'm going to look like a mummy every time I play basketball. There's nothing serious. I've just trained my wrist and jammed my fingers while playing basketball. You know it if you play sports. Or if you've seen cricketers and basketball players, they always have bent fingers. But anyways, I have a little bit of story to tell you before getting into this video, which is all about shoulder mobility and your shoulder health. And I'm going to be giving you a few exercises for you to improve your posture, improve your shoulder mobility, improve your shoulder health, and not just feel pain. But before that, I want to tell you a story. A couple of weeks back, actually a few months back, I think this was last year, a couple of 4-5 months back, I was playing basketball, and generally these games are intense. And this is what happened. I want you to picture this for me just for 1 second, just for 1 second. So this was an extremely intense game, and I was playing a little bit more aggressively than usual, and I was going for a ball interception and kind of mistimed it. I was a little bit slower. So the opponent caught the ball, and every time we turn in basketball, we generally tend to turn with our elbows out so that nobody can take the ball away from us. And as he turned, I was in that line, I think line of collision, position, whatever, and his elbow, on his turn, his elbow smashed into my clavicle, the tiny shoulder bone here. And the pain on impact, I can't even describe it. I literally felt like my shoulder was dislocated. I thought my shoulder was going to pop out because the impact was so much, and it was just literally bone to bone. I couldn't lift my hand more than this. But everybody told me it wasn't a location because my shoulder joint was intact, which I was very grateful for. But after that, I couldn't lift my hand at all. Cross-body connection was a problem. I couldn't train pull-ups anymore. I couldn't do push-ups anymore. The strain was just so much, and I went to the doctor, and basically my joint was unstable because of the impact, and it had been strained, the muscles around that had been strained as well, and so I had to rest it. And this is what I mean by I lost my mobility, because I could not reach up, I could not reach across, I could not do this, I couldn't even lift more than this. And so combing my hair, changing my clothes, taking a shower, washing my hair because of doing this was a huge problem. And so you see how shoulder mobility, poor mobility, can affect your day-to-day life, right? So exercise is not just about losing weight, having six-pack abs, having muscle, but it's so much to do with day-to-day functions, which is why today I'm going to take you through a shoulder mobility routine, how to improve your shoulder health, how to improve your posture, because most of us complain about back pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain, and sometimes that can do with posture, having poor shoulder health, and so on. Now, before I get into the stretches and get into the details of the video, I want to give you a disclaimer. This is not medical advice. I am not a doctor. I'm just giving you general shoulder health, shoulder improvement, shoulder mobility improvement exercises. If you do have an injury, if you have a rotator cuff injury, or if you've had a pre-existing injury, please talk to your physician, talk to your doctor, your physiotherapist, whoever you are seeing, to get clearance before doing any of these movements, especially if you suffer from pain. If you have a healthy shoulder and you just want to make sure that you have a good range of motion, you have good mobility, and you want to make this a part of your routine, go right ahead, no problem at all. But if you do have a problem, please do consult your physician, get clearance before you perform any of these exercises. So now that's out of the way, let's get into the video, and don't forget to hit the like button and that little bell at the bottom to subscribe to my channel, because a lot more videos just to help you on your fitness journey are coming your way. Alright, so let's get into this video and hopefully you like it. Now, a lot of us do these stretches, which are all great, but sometimes what becomes the problem is our posture, and it's very normal. If you have a desk job and you're sitting like this for a long period of time, not only you, even I do this, right? Sometimes when I'm editing, when I'm too focused, I just sit down like this for a long period of time, which causes stiffness in the upper body. And if you notice, in this position, you're not going to have a lot of range of motion with your arms, but at the same time, if you sit straight, your arms can go further back. Now, having this rounded posture for a long period of time can also cause injuries in the future, which we don't want. And the main thing to focus on here is your T-spine mobility. Now, your T-spine helps with flexion, extension, as well as rotational movements. So we're going to get into 3 exercises to help you improve all of those, so that you can improve your shoulder mobility and your shoulder health as well. So for the first one, plain and simple, if you want to look at both flexion and extension, that is bending forward and backward, we're going to get into cat and camels on all fours. Make sure that your knees are shoulder width apart, wrists are directly below your shoulders, you're staying here. On a nice big inhale, you're going to arch that back, and then exhale, tuck that core in. So this is going to mobilize your T-spine as well. Perform about 6 to 8 reps slowly. Make sure that you concentrate on the breathing. Inhale up and then exhale down. Awesome. Now for the second one, when it comes to extensions, we're going to be using a foam roller, which is what you saw me doing at the start of the video. Now this is great. If you don't have a foam roller, I wouldn't recommend using something like a bottle because it might hurt your back. So you might want to have like a soft foam roller, not even the one with spikes. So try to get one for this because this is great. So we're going to lie down with our backs on the foam roller. Now make sure that your heels are on the mat. Back is on the foam roller. Again, you're using a soft foam roller. Hands come behind your head or your ears. Elbows are in. Try not to leave the elbows out. Elbows are in. Now from here, you're going to pull in that core, engage that core. On a nice big inhale, arch all the way back, and then exhale up. Try not to lead with your neck. You're going to extend that back there and then come up. Now once you've done about 3 to 5 reps, I want you to roll slightly forward to shift the position of the foam roller, and then repeat the same thing. Inhale back, exhale in. Once you're done 3 to 5 reps again, roll a little bit more forward and then repeat the same action. This way you're placing the foam roller on different areas of your back so that you can play with the range of motion and the mobility here. Now for the next one, we're going to go into some rotational movements. So for rotational movements, I love these all fours rotations. Now you can do 2 variations of it. One would be with just your elbows, one would be the entire arm. So we're getting into an all fours position again. So knee shoulder width apart, hands outside, wrists directly below the shoulders. Now you're going to slightly sit back onto those heels. The right hand comes to your ear or your temple. Now from here, you're going to take a nice big inhale, push that shoulder outside, squeeze that shoulder blade, and then on the exhale, try and thread it through inside your elbow here. So when it's here, you're going to rotate up and then thread it through to the inside there. Again, this is one variation. Another variation you can do is sitting back there. Take the entire arm up on the inhale and then thread the needle to the opposite side. So you'll have a slight bend in the opposite elbow, thread the needle there, and then repeat the same thing. So you want to do about 5 to 8 reps on each side. Now before we move on to the next set, there is one more exercise I love to add just for your scapula, for your upper back, for shoulders, can also relieve neck and upper back pain as well. So you want to have like a pillow, or you get those equipment which are like slight wedges so that you can rest your forehead down on the floor. We're going to be doing some TY Is, but I will show you only one variation of it. I'm just going to show you the Ys, but you can also do different variations depending on how you progress. So we're going to be doing Ys, so resting your forehead there so that there's a slight kind of like slight elevation for your forehead. So you're going to rest it there. Now both your arms come to a 45-degree angle. Now you can start with both your palms facing downward if you are a beginner. If you have enough range of motion and you are advanced, then you want to turn it and make sure that your thumbs are facing upward. Alright, so you're not going to be lifting your neck, your head, anything at all. Only the shoulder blades are going to move, only your arms are going to move. So placing the head there, again beginners, palms down, otherwise you're up here. From there, you're just going to lift up that shoulder, squeeze those shoulder blades, lift up those arms, and then slowly lower down. Lift it up, slowly lower down. If you're a beginner, palms down, again lift it up and slowly lower down. So you might want to take a pause there, just hold it there for a bit and then slowly lower down as well. Now I showed you the Ys. There are different variations. You can keep both your hands to the side here. Again, thumbs can face upward, and then you can do the same thing at different angles. So it will be T's, Y's, and even forward can be I's. So that's your TYI exercise. Again, I love this to improve your scapular motion, to relieve yourself of stiffness in the upper back and the neck. This is really great to incorporate into your routine as well. Now the next one, we're going to get into some shoulder rotations. This is great for your rotator cuff and also just improving mobility and strengthening your shoulders as well. Now if you do have a rotator cuff injury, again please do consult your doctor before trying to do this. Make sure to get clearance because otherwise it can injure you further. So you're going to keep your arms at shoulder level, alright, push those shoulders back. So I don't want a round back here, you're going to push those shoulders back and keep the arms at shoulder level. So you should feel like there's something in between your shoulder blades and you're trying to squeeze that and hold that there. Now we're going to start rotating the arms in opposite directions. So you're going to hold it there, squeeze that shoulder blade. Now this palm goes up, this palm stays down. So we're going to rotate it backwards. So if you can see, both my palms go backwards and then we're going to rotate it in the opposite direction. Try and keep your elbows straight. Again, you can see that I need to work a little bit on my mobility as well. There's no shame in that. It's just that you keep trying, but at all times you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are squeezed behind there. They're really tight. You're not rounding your back, and slowly do these rotations, which can help with your mobility, with your range of motion, with your rotator cuff basically. Again, perform about 6 to 8 reps, maybe 2 to 3 sets, and that will do. Now the next one is band pull aparts. Again, for your scapular health, for your upper back, this is great. Forgive me, my band is broken on one side and I need to go purchase another one. But even if you have those resistance bands which are more of like the rubber material, this material, it's fine as well, as long as it's a long band and has enough elasticity. Right? So you want to make sure that you have enough elasticity in the band so that you can pull it apart. So you're going to start here, hold it in front of you, elbows are straight. Basically we want our arms to go outside all the way so that you feel that in your shoulder blades and you're really squeezing the shoulder blades. This can be great as a warm up as well and can help you strengthen your back, your shoulders, everything. So we're going to hold it here, alright. Now slowly take it apart all the way and then back forward. Now control this movement. You want to control this movement. Don't just go out and pull it in because then it's going to be of no use. So you want to hold it there. Again, pull it out. You want to make sure that you have enough distance. So you're going to hold it out. My band. Yes, hold it out here. And then pull it apart all the way. Make sure that there's enough elasticity. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Slowly control it in. Now I want you to make sure that you're also not arching your back here. You're going to tuck in that core, pelvis is tucked inside. You don't want to round your back too much, but just push that hip back. Alright, tuck in that pelvis and then do the same thing. Try not to arch your back because you don't want lower back injuries. So again, staying there, core is tucked in tight. You're going to push it out all the way, squeeze those shoulder blades, elbows are straight, and then slowly control it in. Again, 6 to 8 reps, 2 to 3 sets is great for this. And the last one for your rotator cuffs, again, we're going to grab that pillow or an elevated surface, a wedge, whatever you can find, to rest your forehead there. Hopefully my hand doesn't go out of the frame. Alright, so you're going to keep your arm up here. Alright, what we're basically going to do is rotations or called shoulder cars. So you're going to keep it here. You're going to lift that shoulder, keep that elbow straight, rotate it all the way back, and then rotate it all the way forward. Now this seems simple enough, but when you do rotate it up here, your hand can come to the side, which is what we want to avoid. If you have enough mobility, then your hand is going to go straight up and go all the way back. So I'm going to repeat it, show you one more time. You can do both hands together, one hand at a time. One hand would be preferable so that you really focus on one shoulder first. So keeping that arm straight. Again, you can even rest your arm here, keeping that arm straight. You're going to lift that arm all the way up. Make sure that elbow is straight. Taking it up all the way back. And then reverse that movement. And then get it all the way forward. Again, try not to turn your body. Keeping it there one more time. All the way back. And then all the way forward. Now you want to make sure that you're doing this slowly. Again, 8 reps on each hand for about 2 sets is good enough. Whew, the humidity is just crazy here. Like my hair is doing a 180. I'm just sweating all over just by filming this. But anyways, these are a few of my favorite exercises to improve shoulder mobility, to improve your upper back health, to improve range of motion and just strengthen your shoulders in general. You can use these exercises even as a warm-up before your upper body day, especially if it's very shoulder heavy. That's great too, but make sure you do focus on your mobility. It's like a challenge for me to see every time how much I can push it and how much I can increase or improve my range of motion, because especially after my shoulder injury, I was just so kind of disheartened because I couldn't do this stretch. Like now I'm able to do this, otherwise even this was a task for me. But I really hope you like this video. Let me know what other exercises you would like to see, what other videos you would like to see in the comments below, so that I can cater to you, your demands, and just really help you out. Remember, functionality, for you to be able to move without pain, with freedom in day-to-day life, is the main focus of your workouts. Sure, you can work out for strength, sure you can work out for muscle. I'm not saying that you need to set that aside, but along with that, also focus on performance, also focus on getting in movements that will help you move freely in day-to-day life. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button as usual. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.